So many fights. We'll talk about them throughout the show. Of course, Rose Namajunas, tremendous. I was nervous for her against Michelle Waterson, to be honest with you. I was a little nervous because Michelle was really solid. Rose looked fucking great. She looked great.
She did, yeah. That was the best she's looked, I think.
Yeah, so congratulations to Rose.
She was,
who we are big fans
you
of.
know, and
she's gonna be the champion.
I can't say enough about Rose, and I really love the karate hottie. I mean, I think she's.
I like the karate hottie.
I know.
like her.
I think. Yeah. Well, I know. We know you love Rose.
Not like that.
No,
love.
you're infatuated.
Not
in a creepy way.
Not an inappropriate infatuation. She's very nice. We've talked to her more.
She's like a very genuine.
I find her very open and a very straightforward person. So I like her. I root for her.
Yeah, no, that was a tough one to pick sides with, because I mean, I like how Michelle was using these the kicks to the front leg was actually looking like it was really nasty. But then when you see the beginning of the second round where Rowan Thug, there's no better nickname I think than
Thug Rose. Yeah,
she starts like slapping her knee like to kick it. You remember that? Did you see that? Yeah. Do you see what I'm talking about?
I saw
like
the fight.
Almost like she's like looking, like pointing to her knee and whacking at it, like, come on, like kick it. And then she commits to everything. Yeah. Oh, and this is another thing that I said this on here definitely, and I've said it before because somebody they should be capitalizing on this. Some people, and they don't. Ronda Rousey does it, and she almost got her back taken. And I said this about the karate hottie. She does a beautiful. Hip throw where she grabs the head and the arm, but she exposes her back. And I'm like, yo, I'm sure we could find it on here, but I'm like, if she does this to Rose is an expert at taking the back. She is awesome at taking the back, and when she does, she's going right for that neck. Right. But she it was beautiful, man. You could tell that Michelle Waterson's, when she does that throw and she hits it, she said, I think she hit the same one on Paige, Vincent.
Definitely. Yeah.
But Paige doesn't have that jiu-jitsu to the point where Rose's jiu-jitsu is off the hook for, her ground and pound. But her back take, when Michelle hit that beautiful throw, it's like she knew it was going to happen, and she kept the arm that was close to the floor really tight to her body because that's going to be harder to escape. She got her far hook in. She used her leg to get her hook, and very methodically doing the right thing, and she got that back, man. It didn't end the fight, but she did take that back beautifully.
Wasn't she? She was on top at the end of the first round too, I think.
No, she was on point.
And
man.
Dana said she deserves a title fight. Now, I always root for Joanna, who I like so much, but I would have to probably pull for Rose in this one. I would have to want to see her, although Joanna's a different fucking beast.
Yeah, well, that's going to be a nasty fight if that happens.
It sure will. And the thing is, with Rose, what you would have to worry about is she has a lot of different weapons, and if you make one mistake, she'll be on that back.
Rose, yeah.
She will be on that back in a heartbeat. Not to mention her stand-up, never looked better, man. I mean, that thing was, I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that to Michelle Waterson. Anybody. I mean, because she's really good. And if anything, I thought, just because she's a little thicker, and maybe it's the wrong way to think, but I thought that, the karate hottie had the edge standing because she looked a little bit more powerful. You know what I mean? And she uses it well. But man, I mean, Rose was just Rose was just on fire.
Yeah,
man.
she was great.
It's really hard on this past card to whose night does it really belong to? I mean, Demetrious Johnson. He's already being talked about as, possibly the greatest of all time. I mean, he's that good. I mean, he's killing everybody.
Hayes looked terrible.
Yeah.
And he's not terrible.
No.
But he looked terrible. Like, he couldn't lay a glove on him. Even his corner was telling him, like, we knew you were going to miss.
Yeah.
They were telling him, try for the third punch.
I know a guy.
You know how good you have to be when people are saying, just try to hit him on the third shot.
I know a guy that was definitely thought that he was going to even take it.
Who else?
Look, something's wrong with my neck.
Yeah, no, I know. There was someone I knew who thought his
What happened, Chris the producer? It's okay.
No, man, I mean...
Listen, this is the game we play.
Everything that...
We don't always pick them right.
Hayes wanted to do, he simply couldn't do it. Mighty Mouse was just too fast. He was
perfect. And what about that arm lock?
Oh my God.
And the way he mounted... No, he's like as like perfect as a fighter you can get. I mean...
And what did... we could ask Cub about his tweet about it. Because he was saying he's the t-shirt, even though he doesn't draw. I don't know why he doesn't draw. We should again after Cub. He's not the big draw, Mighty Mouse that say John Jones is, And Cormier is not the draw. I don't think that a John Jones, and I think it has a lot to do with the shit talking. And Cormier has turned heel, as we say.
Right.
Jose Aldo is now. So let's talk to we could talk to Cub about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Cub
because he said something about on Twitter about Mighty Mouse maybe not being the biggest draw, but should still be getting $20 million a fight. But I think that him being a quiet, respectful guy, people just don't want that anymore.
Demetrious?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean...
And also, it's almost boring watching him fight because you know he's going to win. Like, that's how good the guy is.
Yeah, I know. It's like...
There's no one that you...
Well, I'll tell you right now, I enjoy... I mean, it
he's
might have been
so good.
His fight with Tim Elliott was really fun.
That was great. The first round was great.
And we should talk about that really quick because that Tim Elliott fight was great. We'll talk about it after.
Cub?
Yes.
Hey, buddy. You're talking to Jim and Matt. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. Good to talk to you again. You know, it's funny. We were just talking about your tweet about Demetrious on Saturday, that even if you argued that DJ wasn't a draw, just off the accomplishments alone, he should be worth $20 million a fight right now. Legend. It really is amazing how this guy is the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world and just is not the draw that some of these other guys are.
Yeah, I think it's, just the fans not really respecting it. I mean, that Wilson Hayes was, definitely a great opponent, and he demolished him and then finished him with a submission, which that's his strength. So, I mean, it was pretty impressive. I'd like to see guys like that are just killing it in the game to be taken care of,
Well, I wonder, if it's not respect or if it's just the fact that he's almost an institution at this point. I was joking with Demetrious. We talked to him. I told him he was like U.S. Steel in the sense that you're just there and you're the everyone knows you're almost an unbeatable champion. People take it for granted, and the fact that he's a gentleman. And if you look, Daniel Cormier, got on the mic and started talking some shit. Jose Aldo recently said, "Do you think?" And I want to, because you've been around since I guess 2004. Do you think that it has changed? Aldo indicated that when he was coming up, it was a little bit different. Do you think what sells fights and what makes fights exciting now has changed from when you started?
Oh, for sure. When I was coming up, same thing with Aldo. They were pushing the Rich Franklins, the guys, the George St. Pierre's, the guys that were educated, the guys that spoke well, and not guys that were getting into trouble. And the reason being is we were still trying to get big sponsors on board and trying to show that this sport's not a bunch of thugs. So respect is a big part of the game. It's mixed martial arts.
Sure.
So sometimes I don't mind the crap talking if it's genuine, but a lot of these guys think that that's what I got to do now. And like I'm meeting guys in the gym and they're super nice guys, and they go on their social media. And I'm just like embarrassed for them.
Oh no!
This is gonna
making asses of themselves.
No, it's true.
Because they think it's what they have to do, and I'm like, no, just be you, man.
Yeah, it's got to be
if
organic.
You're an asshole, then be an asshole. Yeah.
Well, Matt pointed that out about Jose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's crazy.
Do you think, Matt? Do you think it was a mistake? And again, Aldo, who we love, but he said like that's how you sell a fight. Like you're not supposed to break that wall.
No, it's really bad. Like Cub was just saying, it's bad when you, especially if you know that it's not the guy. It's something they're putting up. It's a fake act. Like Conor McGregor, whether it is or not, he's good at it. He's really good at talking. And again, the guy could fight. It's not like the guy he's talking and he can't fight. But these other guys that really could fight, but they don't have that. They just concentrate on the fighting. You know what I mean? Because it does get embarrassing. And like Jose Aldo, who obviously could fight, he basically says like, all right, now I'm going to just talk trash because that's how you sell fights. But dude, by just saying that, you're ruining it.
Yeah. That's like if you tell a girl, hey, that dress is really pretty. And she goes, really? And you go, well, yeah, I want to fuck you. It's like, you're not supposed to admit that. We all know why you said it.
Exactly.
You're not supposed to say it. Yeah, you're not supposed to say it. You know what I mean? You got to let people believe it. And when Aldo did, and again, just to talk about him because of this, when he against Conor, I think that he did something that didn't seem like him, where he kind of got in the ring and he mocked Conor's pose, and it was like that seemed so out of character for him. You knew that Conor had kind of gotten him out of his game, and it's got to be like you said. I think it's got to be real. And if you see a guy who's one way, and then you go on their social media, it's just it doesn't feel genuine.
It doesn't.
Yeah, the other thing about Aldo in that fight too is he never. I remember this when we fought. He never looks his opponent in the eye.
That's right.
And he's just one of those guys that doesn't want to give him a face. It's just an opponent, and that's his thing. But he looked him right in the eyes, and he was trying to make that eye contact, and that is not his thing. So why would you? He mentally, Conor is the best at just getting people off of their game mentally.